Hey boys and girls, today I'm going to teach you how to cut with scissors. So if you look at a pair of scissors, you can see that there's usually one bigger hole and then there's a little one like this. You can turn it both ways, see? But what you want to do is, this one is for one finger, okay? This is for your thumb. And then you can either put your two fingers in or 3 fingers in, or the rest of your fingers in, but this one just goes here and then the rest go in, and you can open and shut. You can practice doing that, where you just open and shut. Okay, that is how you're going to cut. When you cut, you're not going to start right here at the very end. You're going to go farther in. Okay, you always want to be very, very careful with your scissors. Okay, you don't walk around with them like straight with the edge straight out, but always try to be very, very careful with them. So let's start cutting. I drew some lines here, and what we're going to do is, when you're cutting, you want to think about holding the paper. You don't necessarily want to try to move your arm like this. Okay, it's easier to keep your hand still and to move the paper to wherever it will be easiest to cut the paper. Okay, if you cut using your left hand, you can do the same thing. Just move the paper with your right hand, and you can move the paper. It's much, much easier than moving the scissors. So you can always start at the end. You can start with them open, and then you close them down. And you can go teeny tiny like this, but it's going to take a long time. So if you open and shut them, open and shut, open, shut, and see, I'm moving the paper down with me. I don't think you can tell, but I'm moving the paper down. And then when you get right here, a lot of times, some kids are just like, oh, let's just rip it. But it looks a lot better if you can cut it, see? And that looks really nice. But we're going to try to do something a little bit trickier. We're going to try to do zigzag lines. So again, you don't want to try to get your hand and move your hand around. You're just going to keep your scissors kind of still. You have to move them a little bit this way or that, but you shouldn't have to move your wrists this way or that way. And you can hold it however it's comfortable for you to cut. You may want to start this way, and that's fine. Or you may want to start this way, and that's fine. But you can start cutting. Now right here, instead of moving my hand this way, I'm just going to move the paper. See? I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to move the paper. And then when you do that, you can follow where the lines are. You can stop. Open, shut, stop where the line is. There you go. And that's how you can cut zigzag lines. Okay? The next thing I'm going to show you is when you have other shapes. It can be pretty tricky. A circle is not hard to do as long as you remember to move the paper. Now, here's a little trick that I like to show my boys and girls. If I'm going to cut this circle, and I know that this part here I'm not really going to need to cut on, I want to make it a little easier for myself. Okay? There. Okay? And I'm just going to go, and you can see my hand move around. My scissors are not moving, but this hand is moving so that you can cut more easily. It's kind of fun. There you go. See? Now, if I were going to try to do the heart, it's kind of the same way. You just go around. You're going to move your paper. Move your hand a little if you need to. Now right here, look at this. This is tricky because it doesn't zigzag. So I'm going to open these up, and I'm going to turn it like this. Okay? We're going to get really tricky in a minute here with the star. What's important is you're just trying to do your best. If you accidentally cut, that is okay, because that's what glue is for. For the star, I'm going to move the paper again. And I move the scissors kind of at the same time. So you can go. And you can do it. See this? If you're trying to cut something small, you might have to watch for your other fingers. Just take your time when it gets tricky. Okay, because now I'm trying to hold this little shape. And the last part will be that. Okay? There you go. Now you know how to cut with scissors.